So a big Overwatch update came out with Season 6, and in this update are some new things like the Underworld event. But we're not going to talk about that today, or the new hero, but we are also not going to talk about that today. There's also the firing range. Ow, fun. And lastly, probably the biggest part of the update, they kept mystery heroes. But in all seriousness, they dropped our first set of what to expect with Overwatch 2's PvE mode. And yes, a lot of people are upset at the fact that you have to pay $15 to play 3 missions, and if you don't want to play with random people, everyone in your party has to pay the $15. Because, well, they want more money, that's obvious. But that's besides the point. Getting past the paywall, it's not that bad. Let's talk about it. When you first open the missions tab of the game, you are showed some cutscenes about what's going on, but not really. Anyway.
I was afraid of this. Null sector is attacking cities all over the globe.
I am updating the world map with the latest developments. Our new agents are standing by.
After that, you get taken to the menu for the missions. The menu looks really good. You're basically Winston on his computer. There's like little things you can mess with, like some peanut butter or a picture frame. You can also see, the missions. You can also see like little messages that he has with his colleagues, and some from some pretty important people.
Winston, this is Usay. What are you doing? Any Overwatch activity is unsanctioned. You are breaking multiple international laws, and the consequences will be severe. And I can't... I know things are bad. Numbani, Busan, Toronto, the whole world is on fire. But you can't just go gallivanting on your own with your buddies. This is your last warning from the United Nations. Do not make an enemy out of me.
And even a distress call from Lucio. Sounds pretty serious.
Hello, this is Lucio, the DJ, and I am really hoping this number works. I saw footage of Overwatch in Paris, and now, well, Rio needs your help too. We're getting rocked by a null sector carrier. Already got as many people as we could to safety, and the rest of us are fighting back. But, look, we can't hold out much longer. I know we've never met, but I've been a big fan of Overwatch since I was a kid. I seen the good you could do. If anyone can save this city, I know it's your team. You might not even get this, but if you can make it to Rio, we sure could use you. And hey, welcome back.
The first mission is located in Rio de Janeiro, and you have been called to help by Lucio.
We're on our way.
When the Overwatch team arrives in Rio, they are greeted by Lucio as he tries to fend off the null sector attack by himself. Well, obviously that doesn't happen, and the Overwatch team joins to stop the attack on Rio. You go through the map of Rio, fending off waves of Omnics and taking down the ship that causes the attack in a great and very thought out plan that had no mess ups or imperfections whatsoever.
See what I can do. Sorry, everyone. Coming in hot. Brace yourself. We made it?
So what's the plan to take this thing down?
I'm working on that.
Are you serious?
I'm sure we'll figure it out. I hope.
We got him! Go!
Welcome aboard.
Oh! Look at this team. We're gonna do great. Where's everybody else?
We're it.
Well, not exactly. Good to see y'all.
Cassidy!
Farah?
Yeah, sorry we're late, but we had some recruiting to do.
Considering the circumstances, we thought you could use a little extra firepower.
You call this little? It's more than enough to help take on Null Sector.
And smash them into tiny pieces.
Yes!
In this mission, I really like how the characters had a witty banter, and we're literally just talking in the middle of chaos. You can really see the chemistry between the characters as they are put through these trying times, and I love it. The conversations actually feel natural, and it's not like they're just talking about random stuff, unlike some of the voice lines when you first start around in regular Overwatch. It's actual conversations that are what's happening around them. You have characters making fun of each other, and you also have characters being completely serious when things get dark. And things do get dark, especially in the next one. You get a distress call from a police officer who's asking for help against a null sector attack, similar like the last one, but this time it's in Canada.
This is Agent Tremblay. Ceases. I hope this line still works. The invasion you stopped in Paris is still ongoing around the globe. And right now, Toronto needs your help. We've been under attack for days with no sign of it letting up. We just don't have the numbers to keep people safe. We've also received reports that an ex-Overwatch agent may be active in the city, fighting back against Null Sector. I won't speak for them, but I think they'd appreciate backup. Please, hurry. We're counting on you.
When you arrive there, at the site of distress call, you find one of the ex-Overwatch members sojourn. Nice. Well, the main part of this mission is just fighting off waves of enemies at different locations. Like they're coming to you, you're not going to them. You find some Omnics and rescue them, but not before you see them get attacked by what they call a subjugator. What they look a lot like Metroids.
Hold on. I'll stop the train. What the hell is that? Get those doors open! I'm trying.
What in the world is it doing to him?
I can't get them open. Damn it. Leave him alone! Claire, are you all right?
Don't worry about me. I'm okay.
Can you do anything to help him?
I don't think so. I've never encountered anything like this before.
And when an Omnic gets attacked by a subjugator, their body goes lifeless and end up having some sort of a device in their head. That'll come into play later. You proceed to escort the civilians to safely when you stumble upon a empty room filled with attacked Omnics. They all have devices on their head, and they're all lifeless. As you walk through the room, you really get to see how much they were attacked and how badly it was. But your party has to keep going because there's nothing else to do. At the end, when you finally escort the civilians safely, Winston asks Sojourn to join Overwatch again, but Sojourn turns down the offer.
Overwatch was shut down for a reason. It's time to move on. We need to figure out how to remove these devices safely.
Sojourn? My papa might know. He's an expert on this sort of thing.
Ah! Torbjorn! Of course! Brigitte and Reinhardt are heading to Gothenburg, Athena.
Should I inform Agent Lindholm?
No. Let's make it a surprise.
Well, hello there, little fellow. Where did you come from? Ah, it's Null Sector! They found us! Get behind me!
Wait! He isn't one of them!
It's okay. I've been taking care of him.
He may be the last of his kind. Look, Bastion won't hurt you.
What? Bastion? It's not a pet. It's a killing machine.
No, not anymore.
Gah! How many friends did we lose to these things in the old war? And now you'd put your whole family at risk?
Reinhardt, that war was a lifetime ago. I've changed. He's changed. The only one who hasn't is you.
Papa?
That sounded like it came from right outside the factory.
It's Null Sector. We need to get the defenses online.
It appears, my friend, we have brought the enemy to you.
In this one, you walk through a map that we haven't been able to experience before. And that map's name is Gothenburg. In this one, you're escorting a supply of batteries to different turrets that Torbjorn has hidden around the town. And you're using these turrets to attack the ship. But eventually the ship just runs away. But not before leaving you a departing gift. It was the same massive enemy that attacked the team in Paris, a Titan. And you need to attack it. After that, a few cutscenes play. The first one being Reinhardt asking Torbjorn to come back to Overwatch.
We should be able to take out Null Sector for good. And then things will be back to the way they were!
And just like what Sojourn did to Winston, he declined it.
I'm sorry, Reinhardt. I can't go with you. Brigitta's old enough to make her own decisions. But I can't leave the rest of my family behind.
And then we cut to Zenyatta, meditating in a shrine-like area.
Brother Zenyatta, thank you for being here for this. Master Mondata, it is time.
Brother Ramatra, it saddens me to hear of your decision to leave us. I do hope you find what you are looking for outside of our gates.
Thank you, Master Mondata. I regret that my path takes me from your teachings. But I am no longer certain that the answers for our people can be found at the monastery.
You would leave Shambali? What if they do not accept your message?
To bring peace between Omnics and humans. That is a risk I am willing to take.
But he is interrupted by none other than Sombra and Widowmaker.
We found him.
To be honest, I really enjoyed the missions. they were fun, interesting, and entertaining. Plus, we got to know a bit more of some of the lore behind some of the characters and how the events of Overwatch breaking apart has affected them. I will say, seeing all this, playing it all, the PvE missions, it's kind of depressing because it really shows what could have been, a little bit of what could have been an amazing campaign, but we'll never get to see it, and it's sad. I know a lot of people are upset about what Overwatch is doing, but the devs are just trying to work with what they got. You can see here that there's still passion going into the development of these missions and the story of it, but they have to have the $15 price tag or they won't be able to continue doing what they love doing, which is making this game for the community. Even though that $50 price tag is there, and just about everyone who's played Overwatch is wondering, is it worth the money to play it? And my conclusion, no. It's not worth the $15 when you can just watch it online and get a similar experience than if you just played it yourself.